As I said, you will need maybe something to cover the eyes if you have like an eye mask. If you don't worry, we're just going to close the eyes. But it just stops you cheating. And I mean, it's not cheating. You can open the eyes. You don't have to do everything. It's fine. But that's about it. We're going to do lower body focus today with a lot of balance and just a lot of playful fun. So, you know, it's all good. Are we all ready? Are we ready to get moving? Yes. Yes. Okay, fab. So we're going to start standing. Awesome. And I want you just to come back for me onto your mat. And I want you just to come to the front of the mat. And I want you just to allow the feet just slightly, ever so slightly turn in. I want them to be around hips width distance. So I don't want you to stand with the feet together because this is just going to make everything a little bit more difficult. So feet hips width distance, slightly turned in. I want you just to close the eyes here. And I want us to begin by just coming into our breath. So just take any little movements that you might need to do to just kind of release. Maybe some little shoulder bounces, maybe some little knee bounces, anything that just settles you into your body, into your breath. Then I want you to just gently allow these movements to still. And I want you just to allow yourself to just feel where you are with the eyes closed and just feel the natural, this equilibrium that we have in our bodies right now, within our breath, within everything that we've got going on. And just come into this space. And just feel this natural expansion, this lateral, really focusing on the lateral movement of the ribs, moving out to the side, expanding out. Maybe even feeling it move into the back, feeling the belly expand. And then from here, I want you to really slowly begin to lift your arms up and begin to just reach them up towards the sky. And you can keep them slightly wide. They don't need to be all the way up next to the ears. We're going to keep the eyes closed. And I want you just to begin to shift the weight over 1 foot at a time. And just begin to feel this little sway in the body. And maybe note naturally, you might start to hold the breath or create maybe some slightly more shallow breathing or breaths here. And if that's the case, really focus on trying to maintain that full expansion of your ribs. And then maybe start to lift the heels, maybe start to lift 1 foot at a time. And just start to lift and shift the weight fully into 1 foot. And I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see a little bit clearer. And just keeping the eyes closed here, just really trying to test the balance. Really nice. Keep this breath. And then we're going to pause very slowly as we shift the weight into the left foot, and we're just going to hold this right leg up in front of us. And I just want you to begin to shake it from side to side. Again, try and keep the eyes closed. So again, this may be very challenging, and if it is really challenging for you with the eyes closed, please feel free to open them. You don't have to keep them closed there. And just allow the knee to just ease out. Good. Really nice. And if you start to fall like I am, it's absolutely fine. It's completely normal. Just come back into that equilibrium, that space of balance. And then slowly from here, I want you to still that movement within the lower body. I want you to start to circle the arms back and behind you, taking the shoulders into a little bit of an extension. And from here, we're just going to slowly begin to extend that right leg back. From here, you're going to step the foot down. All of this is staying with your eyes closed, guys. So I really want you to feel where the body's at. So don't worry where you are in space. And we're just going to inhale, draw those arms up. Take a really nice extension back, opening up to the chest, moving slowly, and then slowly releasing the hands down and onto the ground. Good. From here, we're going to step back, keeping those eyes closed. We're going to very slowly lower through your Chaturanga. We're going to lift up, come into your Cobra or your up dog. And we're going to send the hips back, come into your downward facing dog. Good, relax the neck and maybe just start to take little circles. Just allowing the head to release from side to side, maybe little rotations. Pressing away. And as you're doing this, maybe even walk out through the feet. Easing into the ankles. Pressing the shoulders away from the ground through the contact of the hands into the floor. And then from here again, keeping the eyes closed, we're going to lift up onto the toes, bend the knees. And we're going to turn the gaze, even though we're not using the gaze. Imagine you are, turn it towards your feet. Your hands step or jump your feet in towards the front of the mat. And then we're going to slowly unravel all the way up. Whew, and we're going to come into a standing position. Now make sure that you're not feeling too dizzy. If at any point you start to feel quite dizzy or really start to lose your balance, open those eyes, okay? And do all of this with the eyes open. Otherwise, we're going to start to now shift the weight in towards the right leg. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to lift that left leg off the ground. We're going to find that stillness with the breath, with the body. And then we're just going to start to maybe move the foot from side to side. And note, it's going to be very easy for you to hold your breath here, to become really tense, because you're taking away, with your vision, you're taking away a really big part or a load of afferent information, a load of information for your brain and for your nervous system. And so it's really normal for you to start to create tension because your brain's going, oh my God, what am I doing? But just try and breathe, just try and maintain that ease and tell your body it's fine. Good, from here we're going to start to now extend the arms back. And as you do, start to shift the weight slightly forward on that right foot. And then step that left foot all the way back, come into a nice lunge. Good, inhale, draw the arms up. Extend through the front of the chest, full reach of the fingers. And then we're going to again take a full circle of the arms. Press them down towards the front foot. Step back through into your plank. Exhale, lower down through your Chaturanga. Inhale, lift up into your up dog. And then exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. And this time maybe taking little nods of the head. Just walking out through the feet. Taking that gentle flexion, extension of the neck. Keep those eyes closed. If you ever need to open them, it's cool, but try and keep them shut. It's like a completely different experience trying to move through life without your eyes. So just try and experience this space on your mat where you're safe, where there's no problem, there's no issue. You can just explore these feelings, these sensations in the body. Inhale, lift up onto the toes. Bend those knees. Jump, step the feet to the front of the mat. And then exhale, unravel all the way up, come into a standing position. Keep those eyes closed. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to inhale, take the arms nice and high. This time shifting down into your chair pose. Now from here, I just want you to start to very gently walk from foot to foot. And as you do, we're just going to walk around in a circle. Now we're going to keep those eyes closed and you're going to stay in your chair. And you're just going to circle clockwise or anti-clockwise, I don't mind, to the left or to the right. We're going to go in both directions, so it really doesn't matter. And I want you just to start to circle around. Keep those eyes closed. Try not to cheat. And just feel this slight disorientation of where are you in space? What's actually happening? And let that fear go. Let that worry go. And then maybe start to change direction. And just enjoy the sensations in your body. Trust in everything that's going on. And know that it's okay. If at any point you can just open your eyes, it's all good. But enjoy this sense, this new sense or feeling of what's going on around you without being able to see it, feel it, sense it first. Good. And then when you think you're at the front of your mat, I want you to slowly stop. Take a full breath in, and we're going to inhale, straighten up through the legs. Look around you. Where are you? Where did you actually end up? Good. From here, readjust yourself to the front of the mat if you can. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Slight extension of the upper chest, opening up through the front of the body. And then we're going to exhale, release forward through into a nice Uttanasana forward fold, drawing the arms overhead into a gentle extension. Good. From here, we're going to inhale, keep the eyes open. Note this feeling now of how easy it is to flow. Now we can see. Root those hands down into the ground and just slowly step your feet back. Come into a nice plank position. From here, we're going to bend the arms. Drop down into your Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Slowly again, just walk out through those feet. Maybe, if you can, as you're walking out, start to take little rotations. So I like to call these sexy legs. Don't actually think they're all that sexy, to be honest, but you know, I saw it called once, never gone back. Good, just keep breathing there. Keep that really nice movement side to side. Fab. You all look amazing. Really nice. For another 3. Good. For another 2. Fantastic. For another 1. And then from here, we're going to slowly close those eyes again. And I want you to begin to lift your left leg up toward, your right leg, up towards the sky, root down through the left heel. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to open your right eye, keeping the left eye closed. So we're just seeing life now through one eye. And we're going to slowly begin to draw your heel in towards your butt. And we're just going to start to take figures of 8 with the knee. So start to draw big figures of 8, keeping that leg bent to begin. Good. Maybe scooping the thigh as close to your chest as you can. Now I want to invite you to try and keep the shoulders and the upper body nice and still. So we're not shifting forward into a plank. And we're just staying looking through that right eye. Good. Now from here, we're going to keep the knee bent and we're going to slowly shift forward, draw the knee in towards the nose. Watch the knee come in towards you. And then we're going to slowly exhale, turn the gaze in front, extend the knee, extend the neck. Good. Draw the knee in towards the nose. Watch it come towards you. Slowly watch it leave away as you extend the leg, maybe extend the neck. Good. Draw the knee in towards you. Take that gentle flexion. Slowly extend away. Fantastic. One more time. We're going to draw it towards you. Feel this lift of the lower belly, and then step that foot in between the hands. Fantastic. We're going to place the fingertips next to your front foot. And all I want you to do is you're going to start to extend the leg, come into a pyramid position. Extend or lift the toes off the ground. And now from here, I want you just to slowly watch your foot. You're going to bend towards it, keeping the left eye closed, and lift away. Bend towards it, and lift away. Just keep that gaze on the right toe. And away. 2 more times. Bend towards it, and away. Fantastic. Last time, bend towards it. From here, we're going to root the foot down. I want you to now roll onto the outside of that right foot. And we're going to walk the fingertips across to the left-hand side, creating a really nice release through and into your right waist. Also through the outside of that right ankle. So the right foot is in a nice lateral tilt. Or the ankle is into a nice lateral tilt. Good. From here, we're going to root down through the outer part of your left foot, rotating the toes to the left-hand side. We're going to start to walk the hands across. And we're going to start to bend that left knee, moving through into a little side lunge. Nice and easy. Good. If you can, keep that left eye closed. You're going to feel like a pirate by the end of this. Good. We're now going to lift up. Walk those hands back across. Root out through the outer part of that right knee. Good. So I'm going to turn this sideways so that you can see a little bit clearer. We're going to walk along, bend through that left leg. Side lunge. And then we're going to do the same thing. We walk across, you open onto the outer part of that right foot and reach the arms across. We're in like a reaching or a diagonal lizard with the leg opening out. One more time. Drop it across, side lunge. Really nice. Now from here, I want you to do the same thing. This time, we're going to start to walk the hands. The foot's going to plant down fully. We're going to reach your right hand. You're going to keep your right eye completely fixed on your right palm. And you're going to start to root up, trying to lift through that left leg. Keep both hands on the ground if you can. If you need, grab yourself blocks. Doesn't matter how elevated you are, how grounded into the floor, as long as you've got that left leg lifted and you're finding this balance. Now keep your gaze on your right hand and just slowly start to shake the head very gently. Really small movements, and just keep that left eye closed. So we're just really focusing onto or into that right eye. Good, one more breath. Now slowly from here, if you can, we're gonna open both eyes. Oh, the world is so much brighter. And we're gonna take our gaze now to our left fingers. From here, see if you can follow them and begin to lift the arms out to the side. Don't worry if you start to lose your balance. Wonderful. Now maybe see if you can shift the gaze all the way up to the sky. And then maybe see if you can drop it down. Maybe see if you can lift it up. Maybe see if you can drop it down. So what you're going to find, just repeat this movement up and down. And what you're going to find is that the eyes, by here, they're either just going to follow, the head's going to stay still. So you're going to be doing a little smooth pursuit with the eyes, or you can try and turn the whole head in line or in movement with your arm. If you're really struggling to find balance, okay, and that's absolutely fine if you are, do not worry. What you can do instead of lifting that back leg is you can actually just keep it hovering on the ground like so. So you can do all of these movements, but with the toes of that back leg just rooting down, okay? So don't worry if you can't balance in that half moon. Good, one more breath. Nice, now from here, come, try and reach that arm up towards the sky. Now everyone is gonna drop that back leg down. This time we're gonna bend our right leg and we're gonna try and hook the left thigh behind. So if I show you from behind, you're gonna hook that left thigh behind your right leg, okay? We're gonna bend, lower the shin onto the floor, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna come into a little seated position. Good. Now from here, all I want you to do is you're gonna inhale, draw your arms up. You're gonna slowly reach the arms out towards the side, and you're gonna close your eyes. Now, we're gonna do a little fun little game, because, you know, I'm all about fun games in my class. All I want you to do is you're gonna try and touch your index finger to your nose. You're going to try and touch your left index finger to your nose. You're then going to try and rotate all the way around using your feet, using your hands behind you. And we're going to change the direction of the legs. Now we're going to repeat. Middle finger, rotate the opposite way around. Ring finger, rotate the other way around. Keep those eyes closed. Little finger, rotate all the way around. Last time for our thumb, and rotate all the way around. And now we're going to repeat it backwards. And when I say, for those that are either watching this on demand or in the class, when I say touch your finger, I want the thumb or the finger to be right on the tip of that nose, okay? But what you're going to do is you cannot miss it. So the whole point is you're trying to touch the finger as consciously or as confidently and precisely or accurately, just use all of the words, all of the descriptive words there, as you can, okay? And then we're going to add that little spiral. Do this all the way through now, backwards from thumb to little finger. The spiral, guys, as well here, is all you're doing is you're spiraling around, opening the knees to then turn onto the opposite side, okay? Fantastic work. When you're done, you should be finished back in that original seat with the right leg crossed over the left. Good, really nice. And when you're done keeping those eyes closed, I now want you to spiral your left arm behind you. You're going to plant the left arm down and behind. And we're going to start to reach the right arm up towards the sky, pressing down through the right leg. Now you can see that I'm almost in a slightly strange, wild thing. Don't get excited. We're not going to go into too much of a back bend. Instead, what we're going to do now is we're going to start to lift the left leg up and off the ground. And we're going to start to extend it out to the back of the mat, coming into what looks like a very strange side lunge. Good. Try and keep those eyes closed. You can look at me to see what I'm doing and then close them again. And we're just going to repeat that movement, tap it down. So you can feel we're really using the front of the left thigh. We're getting into our hip, and we're also stretching out that hamstring. If you can't straighten the leg, I don't mind. Just try and drop the leg down and then back, okay? Extend the leg out if you can, and then draw it back. 2 more. Really nice. Fantastic. Last time, we're going to drop that left leg down. Really good. From here, we're now going to spiral all the way around to the back of the mat. Come into your pyramid pose. The left leg is in front. And from here, we're going to plant those hands down. We're going to send that left leg all the way back. And look at that, we're on the other side, facing the opposite direction. Because you know I wouldn't have it any other way. We're now going to press down to the hands. And I want you just to start to draw figures of 8 with your left leg. Good. Circle it on out. So that hip should feel a little bit more open now. And again, see now if you can close your right eye and look through your left eye. And don't be put off. And I feel the need to say this while you're just playing with this movement. Do not be put off if one eye is worse than the other. Okay, that's completely normal. We often have a slightly different vision capability in one eye. Often one's better than the other in different distances or different focuses. So do not worry about that at all. Amazing. Now from here, we're going to move into our slight shift forward, drawing the knee in towards the nose, flexing through the spine, follow that knee coming in, and then track it going away. So we're doing convergence and divergence of your eyes here. So we're bringing the eye together and away. However, obviously, because we've got one eye closed, it's just focusing predominantly into that left eye. Really nice. Draw it forward and then take it back. Good. 2 more times forward and back. Last time forward and back. Really nice. Now draw it forward all the way and then step the foot in between the hands. Extend the front thigh or the front knee and draw the toes up towards your shin, coming into your pyramid position. Good. Now from here, again, if you need blocks under your hands to prop, absolutely fine. We're just going to start to bend the arms, draw the gaze towards that big toe, and then reach it away. We're going to bend the arms, draw the gaze towards that big toe, and then reach it away. Keep that right eye closed. Gaze towards the big toe, reach it away. 2 more times towards the big toe, reach it away. Amazing. Last time towards the big toe. Good. Stay there. We're now going to bend that front leg. I want you to release it over onto the outside of the left ankle. Now keep that right eye closed. And we're going to start to draw the fingertips across to the right side of the mat. Feel that lovely active stretch out through the side of the body. And note how maybe things are a little bit more difficult now you're only looking through one eye. Okay, and that's absolutely fine. Don't worry at all. We're going to root down through the outside of that left leg, or sorry, that right foot. We're going to start to bend that right knee. We're going to come through into our little side lunge. Good. Feel free to sit it down. And then maybe lift yourself back up, root all the way across. Come back into that lizard lunge. Good. Draw it back. Walk along. Now, if you want to, again, make this more challenging, I'm all up for that. Just don't use your hands, okay? So you can make this way more active by keeping those arms hovering off the ground. Good. In anything that you want to do, the less support that you give your body with connection into the ground, the harder it's going to be and the more active you have to be. Good. 2 more times. Keep that right eye closed. Really nice. Fantastic. Now, last time, make sure that you have your blocks if you need them. You're going to place those blocks to the front of your mat. You're going to root down with the flat of that left foot. You're going to plant your left fingertips onto the ground, and you're going to keep your gaze on your fingers, maybe taking the arm up towards the sky. Come into your half moon. Again, if you need to place that back leg down, you can do all of that. Watch me fall in my own balance there. You can keep that back knee or that back foot just touching, and you can come into this. We're just going to start to gently shake that head from side to side. If you want to keep that leg lifted, same thing. And then just add those little head shakes. Bearing in mind, even the slightest movement of the head here is really quite challenging. So keep that gaze point focused. So you want the gaze point really focused directly onto the fingers. And I'm just doing micro shakes, and that's enough. Really just these tiny little movements of the head. More than enough. Good. Keep that right eye closed. Really nice. Now, if you need to have your hand supported here, absolutely fine. If you want to keep it on the ground, absolutely fine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start to gently open both eyes. So much easier now, isn't it? It's great. And we're going to take your gaze over to your right hand. Keep that right leg lifted if you can. And we're going to start to follow the gaze now. So the arm lifts in line with the shoulder. Keep here. Now, slowly you have the option. You can just follow the eyes up and down. Or you can take the whole head and down. And we're just going to do this for 5. Good. For 4. Really nice. So this is giving you some nice vestibular stimulation and visual stimulation. For 3, don't worry, pop that back foot down if you need. It's absolutely fine. These are much more challenging variations than your general movements. So your balance is going to be potentially all over the place. So be humble and take an easier variation. Good. 2 more. Awesome, guys. Really nice. Last time. Now from here, we're going to very slowly begin to root both fingers down. You can take a little optional standing split here. And before we go back onto the ground, I want you to root both hands into the floor now. You have options. From here, all I want you to do is you're just going to change the legs. Up and down. Up and down. Now you can close the eyes. You can also keep them open. I don't really mind what you do. If you want to, this is also an opportunity to begin to take little hops, maybe taking a full handstand of any variation. That feels good for you. If you want to draw up into a little straight line, feel free. Just be careful of what you do, okay? So especially if you've been quite disorientated in some of the previous exercises, your balance might not be great. So just be mindful of that when you're doing this now. Find a wall if you need a wall. Use props if you need props. Good. Fab. Amazing, guys. 2 more breaths. Awesome. Wherever you are, if you're in that handstand, bring it on down. Good. Now from here, you're going to straight away draw that right leg behind the left. And you're now going to sit down. We're going to come into this nice side twist, I guess. And from here, we're now going to do a similar thing. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the arms out. Now, instead of drawing the fingers to your nose, you're going to close the eyes. And you're now going to switch the legs in the air. So we're going to be testing our balance with the eyes closed, using the legs instead of the arms. So you're going to shift back. We're going to come through into a little boat pose. And then you're going to try and cross and release down. Okay? We're going to shift back, lift, down, and around. Now that's the basic variation. If you can't lift into a full boat, what you can do is just cross and rethread. So that's a regression. If you want to make it more challenging, you can come into your full boat, lower down, lift into a little squat in the middle, and then place the foot down. Boat, down, up, down. You can even lift into a little cross, down, up, down, cross. All the fun stuff, you know, all the good stuff. Now remember, if you want to again make this more difficult, you can add in little head shakes. Closing the eyes will also make the balance even more difficult or more challenging, okay? I would advise if you're going to take the little hip lifts, and we're going to do this for about a minute. If you're going to take the little hip lifts, what you can do, so you're here in boat, you lower down, you lift, hover, down, release, cross, hover, down, release, up, hover, down, up, hover, down. If you want to make it even more challenging, I've just thought of this, up, hover, down, up. You can spin, down, up, hover, down, up, cross, spin, down, release. Take the choice. We're going to do it for a minute. This is what happens when I demo the classes fully. I think of all the exciting variations. Good. Natalie, I'm going to believe that you're doing the most difficult because I can't see your video right now. So, you know, 2 more. Fantastic. Really nice, guys. 1 more. Yes, good. Yes, I like the smiley face. Good. Amazing. Awesome, guys. Yes. Don't you all just look blooming amazing? Awesome. Now from here, we're going to finish with our right leg crossing behind. Same thing. You can open the eyes now. We're just going to spiral that right arm behind us. We're going to lift into what looks like a slightly weird wild thing, but it's actually not a wild thing. We're just thinking about extending those hips forward and pressing down through that right arm. And then from here, we're just going to lift, try and draw the right leg into that Skandasana, draw it back, cross it behind, lift it up, around, drop, up, around, behind. Remember, if you can't extend the leg, it's all cool. It's not a problem. Just modify. Drop the knee down and around. Lift it up. Drop the knee down and around. If even lifting that leg is a challenge for you, okay, that's also not a problem. You can just hold. So just literally just think about holding and trying to lift that leg, okay? Just thinking about things, trying to process or allowing your body to even contemplate and process each movement that we're doing in this class is improving your brain function. It's creating new, or beginning to create new pathways because you're actually contemplating something new, something that you've never maybe done before. And that's how we start to create neuroplasticity, is by even beginning to shift in the direction of doing new things, okay? So keep it going 1 more time. Drop that leg out. Now, I want us to stay here this time rather than moving into our pyramid pose. We're going to stay in our little Skandasana. And I want you to see if you can take your hands off. If you're really struggling, you can place the arms behind. But I want you to try and take the hands off. And we're going to try and find this little balance. Good. Now, I just want you to start to bounce. Now, I'm going to simply give you a little rhythm. Okay? Nice and simple rhythm. And I want you to close the eyes and just focus into this rhythm. And I'm going to give you a little click. And this is the bouncing rhythm I want you to have. Feel it. Hear it. Now you're going to go. Every 4, we're going to switch sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 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 And bounce. 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. If you want to come higher, absolutely fine. Good. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Just breathe and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Hear the rhythm. 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 2, 2, 3, switch. Good. 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. Good. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. Pause. Stand both legs up now. Good. And then very slowly come through into your wide legged forward fold and just allow yourself to release. And I just want you to again maybe take little bounces and just feel this release of the head down. We're not doing it to a rhythm anymore, but maybe I want to challenge you to maybe try and feel that rhythm still in your body. Feel that internal rhythm now rather than an external one. And maybe see if you feel any difference. Good. Now, keeping that internal rhythm inside you, I want you to use it, and we're going to count 4. And we're going to go 4 all the way up, extend, and then 4 down, reaching the arms overhead. 4, reaching all the way up, extend, 4, folding down. Good. So we're working into the hip extension, hip flexors and the hip extensors. We're also beginning to open through the front and the back of the body. We're just starting to ease out the lower body through all the work that we've done today. And also feeling this diving forward and back. If you were in my workshop on Saturday, it's all about the vestibular. Taking that flexion forward and back. Working through those canals. Good, fantastic. For another 3. For another 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Last time. We're going to stay or finish with the arms up. We're going to close the eyes. And I just want you to very slowly turn the toes out. Good, and just maybe feel the change in balance as we externally rotate through the legs. Ooh. Again, see, I fall. And that's the joy, that's the brain learning. Good. We're going to bend the knees, and we're going to open them out to the sides. Come into a full goddess squat. I just want you to flick the arms up. Release through the upper body, flick. Hold the legs down in the squat for 5. Good. Release the tension through the upper body, 4. Good. 3. Nice. Keep those eyes closed if you can. 2. 1. Now keep your right arm reaching. The left arm's going to fall down. We're going to slowly extend the legs, and I want you to start to reach without changing your gaze, keeping the eyes closed. Just touch your right hand to your left ankle and create a little rotation here. Take a full breath in, return to standing, squat the legs down. Exhale, reach the left arm now over and towards your right ankle. Inhale, upright, take that gentle squat, good. Be careful that you may lose your balance. This again is tricky. We're moving forward and back, using or keeping those eyes as closed as you can. Remember, this is one, you can repeat this, so it's not a problem. And you can also open the eyes if you need. If you're opening the eyes, I ask you just to keep a little focal point. So whether it's on the thumb as you look up, keep it there. And then maybe switch to the opposite thumb here as you drop the head down. Good. 2 more, just rotating through the spine. Yes, guys. Really nice. Moving through this goddess squat, wide leg forward fold with a rotation. Amazing. And then from here, we're going to look at both thumbs now. Everyone opening their eyes, fixating their gaze up. We're going to follow the gaze forward. Allow the head to move as you dive down. You can rotate the toes forward if that's more comfortable for you, and reach your hands back and through your legs. Good. From here, I want everyone to place the palms onto the ground. I'm just going to turn so you can see. Place those palms onto the ground. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to start to shift the weight back and see if you can take either just allowing the butt to sink to the floor, or maybe take a little arm balance here before lowering the sit bones down. Whew. And into a little straddle position. Good, so come into a comfortable straddle for you. Again, this is going to be different for everyone, and it really doesn't matter about how wide the legs are at all. We're going to now just take a final little bit of gaze work and easing out through the spine, through the hips, and through the hamstrings. So I want you to now take your arms out in front of you, similar to what we just did. But now, we're going to keep our gaze fully fixated on our left thumb as we start to open the thumb out to the side. As you do, rotate the right arm with it, so the whole torso is twisting to the left. From here, your right arm drops to the ground as you lift your left thumb all the way up and into a nice, easy side stretch. From here, I want you to rotate. Try and touch that left hand to the ground and then lift it back up. Drop it to the ground, lift it back up. And just create this lovely opening through the side of the body, while also training to maintain that nice fixation of the gaze, that focus with these head movements. Good, 2 more times. 1 more time, good, stay there. Reach the arm forward, and then closing the eyes, start to just circle that arm around all the way. Maybe see if you can get your forearm of that right arm onto the ground, press out through the feet, reach the toes long, and create this lovely length all the way down that left-hand side. Good, really stretching out through the lats here, through the QL, so the quadratus lumborum, which is at the base of your back, the deepest back stabilizers or lumbar stabilizers that we have. And then slowly just allow ourselves to release forward. Good, taking maybe a little sway before gently unraveling out through the spine. We're going to do the same on the other side, opening the eyes, now looking at the right thumb. Rotate across to the right-hand side. Our left hand is going to drop down, and we're going to start to draw that right arm all the way up and around. Good. Drop the hand down, and then spiral. Good, drop it down, and then spiral. Really nice. Now you can play as well with maybe doing one eye at a time. Good, 2 more. 1 more. Good. Now from here, release the head, and then begin to gently circle that arm around, either keeping the gaze on the knee or closing those eyes. Keep this reach out through the legs, this full circle of the arm in all directions. Fantastic. Reach long through the fingertips. 1 more breath. And then slowly releasing forward, dropping down. This time, if you'd like, we're going to take a little pancake stretch. So just allow the arms to release forward, chest to the ground. And I want you to really note if your feet are massively turning in. Now, this isn't a massive problem because we will naturally fall into a little bit of an internal rotation of the leg. However, if that is the case, I actually want you to start to just try and rotate forward and back with the legs, especially if you're quite far down. This is going to just give you a little bit more movement through your thigh, where the thigh actually inserts into the hip joint. So we're just working this lateral and medial rotation of our femur or of our thigh bone. Good, while trying to maintain the same position in our pelvis. But 2 more times. Fantastic. From here, we're going to walk those hands up. Bend the knees in, and we're just going to step the feet in front of us. Good. Shift the butt down. And then slowly draw the arms out and long. We're going to come into a really nice extended position. If you'd like, draw those arms up towards the sky. Keep the arms here. This is going to be a challenge, okay? So this is for those that are feeling the challenge. If you want a slightly easier variation, arms on the ground, okay? From here, you're going to turn your gaze up, and then we're going to slowly allow ourselves to curl down to 20, 19. Keep those arms as high as you can. 18, 17, 16, slow. 15. I saw that, Hawa. 13.
Good. 12. Keep those arms reaching. 11, 10, 9. Slow. Hover that lower back. 8, 7, 6. Slow. 5, 4, 3, 2. And drop the head down. Fantastic. Slowly take your hands. We're going to now draw the palms to the eyes. And I just want you to allow the head to drop from side to side, covering over with your the palms into the eye sockets. Don't press the hands into the eyes. Just rest them gently over. And just allow the gaze to soften. Good. And from here, we're just going to step the feet in. While we're still rocking this head from side to side, we're going to plant the feet down. And now we just slowly keep the eyes closed. We're going to take the arms out to the side. Now, gently from here, I want you to open, soften the gaze in front of you. So look at the ceiling, whatever is up above you, just soften the gaze there. Nothing too focused, nothing too fixated. And I want you just to lift your hands into your peripheral vision. So we're not looking at the hands, we're just holding them here. So you can see them in the corners of your eyes. You can move the fingers, you can move the hands, the arms, it doesn't really matter. Just keep them there in that little peripheral vision. Plant the feet down, and then from here I want you to peel the pelvis up and into a bridge. And we're just gonna hold. Now, as you hold here in this bridge, I want you just to very slowly circle your arms. So you're allowing the vision to soften here. This is actually an amazing relaxation for the eyes, as you're just drawing your awareness or improving or increasing your awareness of your peripheral vision, the peripheral awareness. And this actually softens this kind of foveal vision, which is a real fixated visual acuity that we use when we're looking at something specifically, directly. It actually raises, in some cases, the sympathetic tone of your nervous system. So when we start to bring awareness to our peripheral vision, we're actually softening and allowing our nervous system to drop into a more parasympathetic state, calming and just releasing, which is what we want at this stage of class, and actually just in general life. Good, so just allow the hands to just circle in your peripheral, maybe even trying to take them a little bit further out, maybe increasing the range of your peripheral. Good, keep those hips lifted, ribs down. Really nice. Now from here, maybe just pausing with the arms and now starting to just move the hips from side to side, taking little rotations of the pelvis to begin. Good, and then maybe just shifting laterally with the hips. Little sideways movements like a typewriter. And maybe mixing that up. Rotate, rotate, side, side, rotate, rotate, side, side. And you should feel the glutes burn, or the glutes are working naturally in this position. So you're not having to do anything artificially. They should just be turning on. And you should also feel the abdominals working to support you. Everything should just be working as you're moving the body. Good, one more breath. And then slowly allow the back, the hips to just release down. Allow the arms to soften into the ground and just close the eyes. And again, if you need, maybe place those hands over your eyes one more time. And just allow yourself to take a full breath in here. Holding briefly at the top. And then a full exhale out. Holding at the bottom. Inhale. And hold. Exhale. And hold. Take a few more rounds of this until you feel a bit calmer in the body. And then maybe allowing the knees, the thighs to just draw into the stomach, the front of the chest. Take gentle rocks from side to side. And just finishing your practice in any way that feels good for you. You can continue this easy breath, holding on the inhale and the exhale. You can maybe even just take some simple supine twists, releasing from side to side.
Releasing into the lower back, the spine. Maybe taking a little happy baby, easing out through the hips, a full leg extension, or even moving through and into your plow position. Again, just allowing yourself to take any variation or anything that you may need. Because remember, your practice is different. Our practices are different. And so you may need something specific just to you. So just tune into your body now, tune into your breath, your mind. And maybe if no movement is needed and you just want to lie and move straight into your Shavasana, please do that. And just allow yourself to soften. And whenever you're ready, just extending those legs out, coming into your full breath, this full space. And when you're ready, just finishing your practice here by coming into your Shavasana. Closing the eyes, drawing back into your breath, into your body. And just staying here for as long as you need. Allowing yourself to enjoy this final space to just be with your breath in your body. And when you're ready, just allowing this breath to come back into your body. Allowing yourself to slowly, gently draw yourself back into this space, onto your mat. Just allowing easy movements of the feet, the hands, maybe of the wrists, the ankles. Maybe slowly taking the arms overhead. Just allowing yourself to breathe here. And when you're ready, maybe rolling onto one side. Drawing yourself up into a seated position. Again, however that's comfortable, whether it's seated, kneeling, whatever feels good for you. Come into that space. And then slowly just close the eyes, allowing the gaze to soften behind your eyelids. And just allow yourself to take 4 full, long breaths, making sure to equalize through the inhale and the exhale, pausing at the top and the bottom. And don't be rushed here. Take as long as you need. And on your final breath, drawing the thumbs to the forehead, the hands into a gentle prayer, and just allowing yourself to pause here. Drawing this focus back into yourself, into your mind, your body, your breath. Before slowly exhaling, gently bowing down, releasing the breath into the earth, and sending your thanks for sharing your practice today. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope your eyes don't feel too tired. And it was an interesting and a learning experience and flow for you. Thank you so much for joining, and see you all soon.